Alright guys, so I just wanted to show you what the tires look like on the Spider chassis. I went ahead and took everything out of the chassis itself, all the electronics and everything, so you can get a better look at the tires and all the internals of the Sumo itself. Now, I haven't had a lot of time to run it outside because of the rain, so I'm going to have to deal with it for now, and figure I'd give you guys at least a little something. This is what the guy looks like with those tires that I modified to run on it. I'm running right now a tiny little bit less than 5 inches as a wheelbase. I think if I were to stretch it out to 5.5 inches, I would get a much better performance out of it. But I'm trying to show you guys what a 5-inch wheelbase would look like with this size tires, because not everybody's going to run a really long wheelbase on this car. So even though they are 1/18 tires and they've actually been squeezed in and stretched out with wheel modification, it still looks, kind of alright. Now, I did kind of make a different setup on these tires, front and back. I'm going to explain that to you guys now. What I did was I ran the full original foam on the rear tires to get it a little bit stiffer than the front ones, and I ran half the foam. I cut it right in the middle. I ran half the foam in the front, plus I put one little hole in the rim itself to use it as a vent. So these are much softer than the back ones. There's a reason for that. One, I wanted to show the adjustability of it, I guess, little tricks that you could do to get them to perform differently. But two, I actually like to run softer tires to grip better in the front and tougher tires on the back, stronger tires, because they give me a strong footing. The crawler is not going to move around, it's going to be firmly planted. That's just my style of crawling. Everybody has a different way of running it, but I kind of like it that way. But I figure I'd let you guys know, because that's just a little way that you can play around with the actual setup. A lot of people, these foams that come with the 1/18, they still leave a little bit of room if you want to cut into them, do the little stars, whatever you want to do to play with the grip of the tire. But I didn't want to go all that crazy, so all I did was I cut this in half for the front ones. I used the whole thing for the back ones. Now, you can see this is extremely wide as compared to the tire, so when you put that in the back, it compresses it and it makes it pretty stiff. So as I said, these back ones are going to be stiffer. You still can squeeze them pretty easily, but they'll be stiffer than the front ones. These are pretty soft, and they have the vent in there to help them squeeze, so they work a little bit better for gripping in the front. Of course, you got the crazy articulation. When I ran them the other day, they actually worked better than my Miclaws as far as gripping. They gripped a lot better on most surfaces, but I did notice that, of course, it was a little bouncier, and mostly not so much of the stiffness on the tires, but because of the fact that I have no weights on these tires. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little modification on them. Yeah, give me 1 second, baby. Hold on. I'm going to do a little modification there, where I'm going to cut these ribs in the back. I'm going to cut them down a little bit, and I'm going to put washers on the actual hexes. I'm trying to see if I can get a clear view here. Okay, so as you can see, I got those ribs going all the way up to the end of where the hex hides in there, and that too. So I'm going to cut these ribs as far down as I need them to be, so I could put washers in there and give it some weight. As you can see, the tire itself is a little bit wider than where those ribs sit, so if I put washers in there all the way up to where the ribs are, I shouldn't have any problems with clearance. Should be about the same as I'm running right now with those ribs, but we'll find out when I start messing with it. And with that, I will be adding enough weight in there to get the performance I was getting with the other tires. So I guess that's pretty much it. I figure I want, you guys want to see what they look like when they were mounted, so that's what it is. Anyways, hope this helps you guys out, and like I said, always leave a comment, good or bad. Appreciate them, and helps me to do better builds. Anyways, thank you guys. Bye.